Sharp Game here, coming at you with another episode from my car. And I'm the author of Love Can't Wait, which can be found on Amazon.com. And P.S. and by the way, I just uploaded a video to my Patreon about the 3 types of women that you just can't trust. So if you're not a subscriber to my Patreon, go check that video out. It's a very valuable video, and it's something that I wish I knew when I was younger, and I would have avoided a lot of trials and tribulation. And let's just be honest, you can't trust everybody that you meet. And a lot of people are very good at hiding who they really are, and they're good at manipulating people today. You have to realize that the people that can sometimes make your life difficult are hiding in plain sight. The people that are really making things difficult for you in your workspace are hiding in plain sight. The people that are sabotaging your plans, the people that you trust that are sometimes sabotaging your plans, are hiding in plain sight. And you're not aware of it because you were naive to think that just because somebody spends lots of time with you, and just because someone sleeps with you and lays down with you at night, you are naive to think that they have your best interest, and you believe that y'all automatically are on the same page once you have sex. And that's not the case, my friend, at all. Just because a woman, man or woman, lays down with you, that doesn't really mean much today. Now, back in the day, it did mean something to a certain extent. But today, it doesn't mean a thing, really. It doesn't really mean very much. Because people will get out of that bed and revert back to the way they was before they went and laid down in the bed with you a couple hours later. And I get a lot. I got every once in a while I get emails from guys, and they talk about how they're tired of going back and forth with the bickering with their woman. They don't feel like they can trust their woman because their woman has either said or done something to make him think otherwise. And that's just that happens. That's a part of life. You have to realize that the people that you meet in your 20s, the majority of these people are not going to be around 20 years later. That's just what it is. People that come in your life is like a revolving door. It's only a certain amount of people that's going to stick around. See, at the end of your life, when you get older, if you make it anyway, if you make it to 50, 40s, 50s, and 60s, you're going to have 2 to 5 people that's really down with you, that's really in your corner. That's really it. And it's probably not going to be who you think it's going to be. It's probably not going to be the person that you spend the most time with. or the persons that you spend the most time with, I should say. It's going to be that person that understands and can relate and has empathy for you. It's going to be that person that has a similar or the same experience that you have. It's going to be that person that doesn't buy into the status quo. These are the type of people that's going to be around you 20, 30, 40 years later. You know, the woman that you choose to get married to, there's a good chance she's not going to be with you 20, 30 years later. It's highly unlikely. And I'm just being honest about it. You might, that I know that might be hard to take for some people, because some people, you know, they have the best intentions and they keep hope alive and everything, but they don't plan to be together long term. Most people are just winging it. And see, the environment that we live in doesn't support long-term relationships. Heck, it doesn't support relationships at all. This environment really supports hookups, short-term relationships. You know, just I call you when I want to see you. That's not, you know, that's like a hookup. That's like you're just you have associates. You don't have friends or friendships. So this environment doesn't really support long-term relationships. It's not set up that way, you know. So to think that somehow you're going to, I don't know, maybe be different than the average person, assuming that you're average. You know, if you're an average person, the same thing happened to you, same thing happened to other people that you know is probably going to happen to you too. But if you're above average, sometimes you can beat the odds. See, this is why I always say average don't work. You know, why would you want to be average? It doesn't work. You know, I mean, at best, you're just gonna, you know, get a job, work. You probably change jobs 2, 3, 4, 5 times within a 10 to 20 year span. Work yourself to death, have kids, get married, buy a house if you can afford it, and the silly acting woman that you're going to have, she's going to get bored, she's going to check out, and by the time the kids turn, become teenagers, 16, 17, 18, or whenever they leave the house, she's going to want a divorce. Especially if she looks good and if she's attractive. Especially if she has other guys on the side waiting. And that's what happens to the average guy today. See, all those guys that got married early, that I know, that got married in the 20s, they're divorced now. A good 50% of them that I know. And their woman got back out there. Half of these women got married again to the same guy, and they got a divorce again. You know? And you got the guys that usually get a divorce that I know, they usually don't get married again. Not because they can't, it's because they put so much energy in the first marriage, and it's so much financial hardship that came out of it. they're afraid to even make a commitment like that the second time. Now, if you're above average, now the game changes a little bit because you have a little status, your money's right, you're maybe a well-known person, celebrity, or maybe you're a person of influence in your community, in your city, in your town. If that's the case, women are going to flock towards you. You won't have to. You won't 9 times out of 10. You won't end up like the average man, unless you're a dummy. So that's what it is out here. That's really what it is. In the video that I uploaded on for Patreon, I go in deep about the 3 types of women that you can't trust, and I tell you why you can't trust them, and I give you the signs that you should look for. And I also tell you about a lot of the society traps. See, the traps in society has been set. It's your job to navigate around them. So you got to outsmart, outthink, outmaneuver, and totally do things counterclockwise to really get ahead and take massive action in the society that we live in today. So that's from a financial point of view, relationship point of view, spiritual point of view, and a health point of view. You gotta look at things like in reverse. If everyone's going right, you go left. If everyone's going left, you go right. If everyone's buying into an idea or a product, you go the other way. Don't buy into that product. If everybody's buying into a service, wait. Don't buy into the product so fast. Wait a couple weeks or a couple months and see what happens. That's how you got to do. Because you can't take things by face value anymore. Because everything that you ever thought about is almost never what it seems to be. And I'm talking everything. I'm talking, you name it. I don't care what it is. College, education, sex, women, cars, clothes, movies, reality shows, food, fashion, you name it. I can talk about it. Almost nothing that you hear and see about is the way you think it is. Almost nothing that that I can think about. And everything you learn from the age of 17 to 21, none of that shit works. Almost none of that. All that stuff you learn in school, you learn through your parents, your brothers, sisters, cousins, grandparents. Almost none of that shit works today. None of that shit works. Nothing. That's been my experience, and that's been a lot of people's experience. None of that stuff works. This is why a lot of the younger people are frustrated today. Because they've been told if they go to college, they'll be okay, they'll get a good job, And when they get out of college, they got to take a job that doesn't have anything to do with their major. Not the first job. Not only do they have to take the first job that don't have anything to do with the major, they have to take a second job and a third job. And in most cases, they never get a job that has anything to do with their major. Plus, they're not even making enough money to pay their student loan back. This happened to me. I never could make enough money with one job. I've always had multiple streams of income. And I talk about this in my other channel, the Day Job Bailout Plan. Go over there and subscribe. I got almost 100 videos over there. The Day Job Bailout Plan. I talk about my trials and tribulations and all the programs that I got involved in and all the side hustles that I failed and made money in. And I talk about all the games and the how the lies is being told in society and business, you know, that almost you never hear anybody talk about in mainstream television. So go over there and subscribe. The Day Job Bailout Plan. I got almost 600 subscribers over there now. If I get 1,000 subscribers, I'll be happy with that. So go over there and subscribe. And not only should you subscribe, you should share my channel with other people and tell them to subscribe. Because what I'm giving, the financial advice I'm giving over there is much more valuable than here. Believe it or not. The advice that I'm giving over there is tenfold. I mean, it's 10 times the amount of advice that I'm giving over here. So go check it out. The Day Job Bailout Plan. And, you know, if you need any more advice how to have multiple streams of income, go to digitalmarketingfast.com. That's digitalmarketingfast.com. That'll get you started. You see the link below in this video and below this video. That'll get you started on the right path to success, because you got to get your money right out here, because you're gonna need it. My advice to you is make as much money as you can as possible, so you can take care of yourself, take care of your family and your friends. You and your buddies can create income together. Y'all have more free time together. And anybody can do this. You don't have to be a rocket scientist to do this. It's not that complicated. It's really not. So again, go to digitalmarketingfast.com. Check out my other channel, the Day Job Bailout Plan. Subscribe. So, hey, if you like what you heard, share this video. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't. Check out my website, chooseyourrelationships.com. Until next time, I'm out. Peace.